how much do you think you've spent on food since you've moved to Miami? And I said, you know what, motherfuckers? I don't know. Let me go check that out. So fortunately, I have Mint. Let me show you guys this. This hurt my own feelings. You know when you don't really want to know something because you know it's just gonna hurt your feelings? Like, you ask, your girl something, you're like, I didn't need to fucking know that. That's exactly what it was like when I went and checked. This. It really puts things in perspective. Hold on. Let me show you what this looks like, and it is atrocious. I'm pretty sure my friends were gonna have an intervention with me. Fuck. Let me show you what that looks like food-wise, because I have this broken down. I also have a virtual assistant that updates this for me on a daily basis, so this is actually pretty accurate. Shout out to Obu out there in Vietnam, who does my daily, shit, hold on, this is not pulling up. Yes, I'll show you guys my spend from the last 90 days, 3 months, on food. This is crazy. No one's gonna believe this, so let me go ahead and, so here we are. Let me refresh this. We're looking at last 3 months. Food and dining, 46,000 US dollars. And if we look at the last 6 months, year to date basically, food and dining, $116,000. Right. It's significant spend. Correct. How? Great question. I'll show you the actual breakdown of that spend to see what my food consumption is. But it's a lot of different things. Fuck, hold on, I'll share this. Okay, so between Sexy Fish, eating at the marina, Instacart, the deck at Island Gardens, Gecko alone was $2,300 at Gecko, Sea Spice $1,600, 7, that adds up really quick. Hold on, let me do this by price so you guys can see actual spend based on the highest to lowest. Stand by. There it is. So here you could see Poppy Steak, $1,300, Gecko, $1,200, Sea Spice, $1,100, Komodo, $700, and then it just kind of adds up from there. Smith & Wollensky's. I mean, it's basically, you can't eat here in Miami for a good meal, lunch or dinner with 2 or 3 people to do that. No, I did have a Taco Bell actually. Hold on, where's my Taco Bell order? It's on page 4, I'm sure. I went to Taco Bell one time here. I don't see, oh, it was the month before. Yeah, seminar is gonna start on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Mike, you have to come to your shop trying your steaks. Let me know. How many girls are you paying for dinner for? Not many. This is mostly with friends. I've been on a few first dates here, but typically it's just, somewhere nearby. Why help and do all these webinars if you're super millionaire with $5 million yacht? A, because I enjoy it. And B, because it throws off anywhere from $90,000 to $110,000 per month in net income from course and education sales. So the beautiful thing about course and education, it's almost all profit. I have a couple people helping me with customer service and one guy answering sales questions. But outside of that, I probably net $80,000 to $90,000 every single month from education sales. What was my total spend in the last? Hold on, let me go look at that. Let me look at that by. Okay. So if you want to see what I spent in totality in the last 90 days, there that is. Let me go ahead and refresh mint.com for the good people. Mint.com. This is looking at May 1st to present, and I spent right about $500,000, $450,000. So if you divide that by 3, I'm not sure exactly what that breaks down to, about 180,000. Is that about it? I don't know. That's my spend. What's my net worth? Mid 8 figures. What do you tip on a $2,000 dinner bill? They build it in here. All these places here in Miami put 20% built in. I'll normally throw a couple $100 extra on top of it if it's good service, but yeah. Fair answers, not like these other gurus. Listen, guys, there's nothing to hide. I really don't care. I'll be the first one to tell you, I make 6 figures per month selling courses in education. It's an incredibly high value skill. There's very few people in the country, much less the world, that know how to do Section 8 and scale Section 8. It's very niche. It's incredibly profitable. Does not have a crazy high barrier to entry. And I would argue that I'm probably amongst the best in the world at it. So I do sell that as a skill and as a service and help accelerate a lot of people to be able to buy their own properties without making the same mistakes I did. So that does come with a price. So yes, $100,000 per month in course sales is pretty straightforward. Am I close to $1 billion? No, I'm nowhere near to $1 billion. I got into real estate about 9 years ago. That's why there's no books. There aren't any books about Section 8. I think there's like that landlord's Section 8 Bible. It's a joke. There's really nothing that's really going to be that actionable in that book. I've read it. You really need to do that. Show the spend. I've already showed it. If there's any other numbers that you guys want to see, let me see if there's any. I think there's like I think there might be a net worth number, but it's not accounting for the properties because I don't have my properties listed here. Yeah, Sean, here's the link to the webinar. You can click on that. You make it look too easy. I've never said that investing in real estate is easy. I say that it's simple and it's straightforward. And if you actually have the determination and the motivation to do it, it is. I started with about $9,000 when I got started. TikTok profits or webinar profits? I don't know what that means. I don't make any money from TikTok. I do mentoring. You said you sold your other yacht. It's still in the process of being sold, but yes. Is the money you make considered passive? From Section 8, most definitely. I might involve myself 10 hours per month in the management of my portfolio, and that's just me talking to my property managers. It's relatively low impact. Let me see if there's any other details here that might be interesting to the good people of TikTok. Hold on. Oh yeah, I got some income numbers here. I got some income numbers for the good people of TikTok. Here we go. So we're going to be looking at the last month. Let me go ahead and refresh that for the good people. This is all inclusive. There we go. Still loading. For June, 1.435 million. Expenses about 200K. And then about 1.249 million in net income for the month of June. Let me see if there's any other numbers here that would make sense to see. That was June 1st to June 30th. I did about 1.25 million, correct. What app is this? This is Mint. This is mint.com. How much of the 500K do you spend on the Miami women? It's pretty limited. Like I said before, I might go on 3 or 4 dates per month. I might spend, I don't know, $400 on a dinner. It's rough. That's why I say it's completely irrelevant. Me bringing anyone into my life has a virtual net zero expense addition. Even if they're very high maintenance, right? Even if I wanted to take care of somebody and pay all their bills, let them move in with me, get them a Cullinan, get them a G-Wagon, what the fuck they wanted. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. They could literally eat at Carbone every single meal for the next 20 years, and it would be insignificant based just on sheer income from real estate, you know? So that's the move. So many guys on here saying the women in Miami are not dating material. Listen, what happens when you mix the most beautiful girls in the world, bar none, with some of the most successful dudes in the world, right? There's a lot of people that are $30,000 millionaires, fake flex all the time. They don't have a dollar to their name, but they're still, splitting a bottle of Tito's for $600 at 11. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this vast concentration of billionaires, 100 multimillionaires, and everyone in between. You create a atmosphere of expectations, right? If they go out with me and we go to Gecko and we spend $600 on a first date, and then they go out with somebody that makes $100,000 a year, they're more than likely not going to go to Gecko. They're going to go somewhere else. So their perception of what they're entitled to is very different and skewed based on the dates that they go on. So that's kind of what I've seen here, right? And I've been out with girls that have been out with billionaires, literal billionaires. I met one girl right when I moved here 2 months ago, and she was like, he just didn't have much time for me. I was like, okay, whatever. What'd you do on your first date? They went to the same restaurant. So you just have to, it's neither here nor there. I would definitely say it's more interesting dating in Miami than in Wilmington, North Carolina. But it's nuts. Would you date a girl who's friends with her ex? Fuck no. Most that I spent at the club, probably $20,000, $20,000 to $25,000. Do you use Mint for business or personal? I do it for both. When Tom gets on, pick his damn brain. Have you made any bad purchases? Yeah, I bought bad real estate that I that I regretted. The most beautiful women in the world are in Southwest Florida. Okay. If your income is 150K, if my income is 150K, how long till I acquire 600 properties? Man, it completely depends on how you finance them. Bro, who made that comment? Been watching too much Fresh and Fit podcast. I have no idea what the Fresh and Fit podcast is, but sure. What happened to my girlfriend? I haven't been with my girlfriend for 6 months. Have I bought a girl a Birkin? No. I would only buy somebody that was married to a $100,000 bag. I would never buy some random girlfriend that. Craziest girl that I've met. I can't talk about her on here publicly. Even talking about what she did, we're not going to get into that. I would start with a single property. When am I getting the jet? Man, whenever you pay for it, shoot it over here. I'd love to go ride on it. What do you think of Just Stop Oil vandalizing? I don't know what that is. I had at the max 7 investors. I've worked with 7 different investors over my career. Do I invest in reality TV shows? No, I enjoy making money. No, I don't buy in Chicago. Do you have a partners on your houses? Not anymore. Shad will do it. Where can we buy your course? The best thing is join the webinar, man. I'll be running a promo on the webinar as well, so you'll save some money. This Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. The link is down there below. I do consults. You can DM me on Instagram. When did it become noticeably effortless to get women in your career? This is something else that people just don't realize. Simply having money does not make just like girls like fall all over you. That's not how it works. You still have to try. You still have to talk to them. You still have to be able to have a conversation with them and like be a normal human being. It's not like a situation where I just go out and it's just I'm getting numbers left and right. That's not how it works. That what you're confusing with that is fame. Fame will do that. I've seen that firsthand. But rich dudes here are a dime a dozen. I could throw a rock out of my building right now and probably not kill somebody that was rich. Are there women millionaires in Miami? Haven't run into any. You still have to have a little bit of riz. You still gotta talk to them. You still do have to talk to them, Julie Park. A lot of these people in here think that you just got money, they're just gonna jump in the Lambo. That's not how it works. Do you know how many times I've been sitting in the Lamborghini and the McLaren, and there've been 20 hot girls on the corner of Brickell? They don't just jump in. You gotta talk to them. You got to talk to them. And a lot of people aren't willing to take that risk. Crazy. Now, money will give you something that a lot of people have naturally, but a lot of people don't have it naturally. And that's confidence. Most definitely. A lot easier to be confident when you're swinging whatever you want to swing. I have not met Mr. Beast. Section 8 can't be duplex or triplex. Brandon, 2 units. Let's stay on the money. Who cares about the women? People are really interested in general about lifestyle and how it pertains based on how much money you have. I would say the majority of my DMs are about real estate, but I would say anywhere from 20 to 25% is just about lifestyle. People are just curious to see what happens when you hit certain income thresholds. And that's just human nature, you know? And that's cool. I have no problem talking about it. BBL or natural? I don't discriminate. What tools do you use to find your deal? I have my own Section 8 software. Makes things a whole lot easier. I don't do crypto. You love the view. Thanks, Mang. Most expensive gift I bought a girlfriend? Probably a Dior bag for $9,000. That's probably the most expensive thing I bought for somebody. Aries, that Range Rover. Yeah, I don't count the Range Rover. I don't count the Range Rover. I don't have any brothers. I have a younger sister. Why do you dislike redheads? I, first of all, never said that. Actually, I did say that one time. I don't know. Just a preference. I just don't like them. I don't like them. Make me nervous. Snatch that Range Rover right back. I did. Traded it for a Rolls Royce. R.I.P. How many square feet is my condo? I'm guessing 3,500. Didn't you buy your sister a Rolex? They asked about my most expensive gift that I've gotten a girlfriend, not family member. At what point of making money did you start living the way you do? It just depends on what you consider living the way I do. If you're talking about Miami penthouse and $5 million yacht and $2 million worth of cars and traveling everywhere, that's obviously later on. You're looking at probably 300 to 400 rental units to be living on this level comfortably. If you're talking about living comfortably, upper middle class, $1 million house, maybe one Ferrari and like a G-Wagon, you can do that for way less. I mean, that only really takes $15,000 a month to live like that, right? So it just depends on what level you're talking about. And I've lived all of them. Well, I haven't lived in poverty or lower middle class. I've never lived there. I think my lowest income level out of college was when I was wholesaling, and that might have been $60,000 a year. Yes, I do talk about lenders and how I finance, correct? Baby Amy, you're an ER nurse. How does one start? Use your income from your nursing duties to buy Section 8 rental properties. How do you do expensive experiences with friends who don't have as much money? I pay for them. Listen, things that I invite people on, I pay for. Just point blank, full stop. I like going to prohibitively expensive restaurants. And when I go there, I don't expect people to pay for them themselves. I think that's always super ghetto, like inviting someone out for a group of friends out to eat, and you choose an excessively expensive place and expect them to pay for it on their own. If I'm going to a concert, Post Malone, which is coming up, Drake, when it's coming up, I'm not going to have my friends up there in level D in the nosebleeds, looking from behind a post to look at the monitor to see Drake. No, we're going to be on the floor, and it's going to be fun as fuck. Yeah, that's just the perk. But yeah, I don't make friends or family pay for anything. I don't expect anyone to pay. I like paying for myself. That's a cool story. I really wish you would tell it again on this live. I've never been arrested. Tom,